For a full copy of today's recipe, check us out on Facebook at Poppy's Cucina or right here on YouTube under the community tab. Alright, so what are we making today? Today we're making a showstopper. Oh yeah, we're making something so easy, so unbelievably delicious, and it's so, if you want to wow your friends and family, this is the thing to do it. We're making an edible Focaccia Antipasto Platter. See, for now you have all these beautiful pockets to put all of your prosciuttos and cheeses and salads and vegetables all in one, and you can eat the whole thing. You can eat it all. Oh, it's so good. And so delicious. Look how pretty that is. Yum. Alright, so to start, here I have 2.5 cups of water that I heated to between 110 and 120 degrees. See, 114, that's perfect. And I dissolved 1 tablespoon of sugar in the water. So now we're going to add 1 packet of active dry yeast, or if you're using loose yeast, it's 2¼ teaspoons. So now we're going to give this a stir and give this about 5 minutes to allow the yeast to bloom. You can see it's going to have a nice foamy head. Fun. While we're waiting for our yeast to bloom, in your stand mixer, you're going to add 7.5 cups of bread flour. If you don't want to use bread flour, you can use all-purpose. It'll work just as well. Just if you use the bread flour, it'll just be a little crunchier and chewier. So your choice. And to this, I added 1 tablespoon of salt. So now we're just going to run the mixer just to get the salt fully mixed in with the flour. And once your yeast has a nice foamy head on top, we're going to add it right to the flour mixture. All right, along with 1/4 cup of a good olive oil. All right, make sure it's a good one because you're going to taste it. All right, so now we're going to run this until we have a nice, beautiful dough. Just like that. Now we're going to knead this on the counter a few times just to make a nice, smooth boule. Just like that. Give it a couple smacks, and then into a large bowl is going to go with 1 tablespoon of that same olive oil that you used for inside the dough. So now you want to make sure you coat both sides because you don't want this forming a crust. Spread it all nice and evenly. So now we're going to wrap this up tightly, and then into a warm spot it's going to go, where we're going to allow this to rise for about an hour and a half. You want it to double in size, so you pretty much want this whole bowl just to be dough. All right, so we'll see this in about an hour or so. All right, so our dough's been rising for about an hour and a half. See how huge it got. All right, so here I have my 13 by 18 pan, otherwise known as a half sheet tray. I lined it with a sheet of foil, and I added a 1/4 cup of that same good virgin olive oil. All right, so now we are going to drop this beautiful, beautiful dough right into the middle of this pan. And now we're going to have some fun. I guess not really. Just going to beat it up and spread it out. We just want to get this whole bottom of the pan covered with the dough. All right, so feel free to beat it up. This dough is very, very forgiving. It's very sticky too. Kind of feels like chewing gum. So what do you guys think of this recipe so far? Easy, right? All right, once you got your dough all spread out, like that, we're going to cover this up and allow this to rise for another hour. 45 minutes. We just want to get it nice and poofy again. But look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's going to be so good. I can't wait. All right, so while we're waiting for the focaccia to rise, we're going to set up the top. Now, since this is, it's going to be an antipasto platter, it's actually going to be baked upside down. So what we need are some oven-safe, kind of like bowls, pans, something that's small. I'm using these little aluminum pans that I found. You can find these in a grocery store or craft store. Now what this is going to do is when we lay the focaccia down, it's going to make these pockets inside the focaccia that we can actually fill up. Like, isn't that cool? Like, really neat. If you don't want to use anything fancy like this, you can even just use some foil. You know, roll it into a ball like that. Put it there. Looks good, right? All right, so now we're going to coat this all with some olive oil. So I'm using this spray. It's a lot easier to cover this whole surface. And now we're going to add some stuff. So first thing I'm going to do is add some kosher salt. Now remember, what we're putting on the bottom is actually going to be the top. So don't be like, why are you salting the bottom? We're not. And now you can put whatever you want. Olives, tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, herbs, onions, anything that you would want to see on a focaccia. Vegetables, eggplant, anything. So I'm just going to do some herbs. I'm going to do some thinly sliced onion. And remember, this is going to be right on top. And this is going to be on the bottom of the pan. So we're going to do this. So now we're just going to add some more fun stuff. Just like that. It's like I said, put whatever you want. Make it your own. This is how I made mine. It doesn't have to be beautiful, but it's going to look so cool once you flip out your focaccia. Trust me, I know this looks weird, but it's going to make sense once it's cooked. So now we're going to wait for our focaccia to finish rising, and then we're going to put it right on top of this. All right, so the dough has been proofing for another hour. You can see how poofy it got. It's beautiful. So now we're going to carefully remove it from the pan and then place it onto the toppings. Just like that. Again, still feels like gum. It feels so gross. And if this happens, it's okay, because this is still very stretchy. And yummy. All right, so you want to make sure you get it all the way to the edge again. All right, just like that. And now it's ready for the oven. So into a preheated 425 degree oven, it's going to go for about 25 minutes. You're going to see this is going to become nice golden brown. But then what we're going to do is we're going to flip it out onto this pan and then bake it for about another 10-15 minutes, just till the top now becomes nice and golden brown. All right, but make sure you press around those edges like that. But so you see what's going to happen here? How cool this is going to be? Oh, it's going to be so fun and delicious. Yay! So into the oven it's going to go. So we just pulled this out of the oven. Cooked a little faster than I thought. It cooked in only 20 minutes, so I'll adjust the recipe as such. So now we're going to carefully flip this over. So that other pan that we had, we're going to place on top, like so. And make sure you have your pot holders. And now we're going to flip this over, like that. Let's see how it looks. See how it looks. Oh, look at that. Look at it. Oh my gosh, isn't that not beautiful? Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. I love it. I love it. So now we're going to remove the tins from the focaccia. And now we're going to put it back in the oven for just it probably needs maybe like 5 more minutes, I would say, to just to get the cavities nice and brown. It still feels a little doughy too, but isn't that beautiful? Oh my gosh, I love this. So back in the oven it's going to go. So 10 minutes. Pull this out of the oven. Oh, does that look good? Yum! So now I have all these cavities for I can make like a caprese, shallot, the prosciutto. Oh, the options are endless. I can't wait. But I'm actually going to use this for Thanksgiving, which is a couple days away. So I'm going to wrap it up once it cools up. I'm going to wrap it up tightly in some foil. I'm going to freeze it. And then I'm going to pull it out the night before and then pop it in the oven just to crisp it up again on Thursday morning. But oh my gosh, it looks so good. Maybe if I cut off a little corner, people won't notice. I got to try this. Yum! Buon appetito. Mmm! So delicious. Buttery, crunchy, beautifully seasoned. Mmm. So moist and airy on the inside. Oh, it's phenomenal. You have to try this recipe. It's so good. So good. If you do, let us know. Thank you so much for watching.
If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Poppy's Cucina. Thanks.
I better not eat this all. I need to save some for my family. Let's make that drink. Yeah. All right, so for today's Italian mule, yeah, we're going to start with 1.5 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of limoncello. Then we're going to top it off with some ginger beer. It's about 4 ounces, depending on the size of your glass. And then, oh, forgot something. Just a splash of lime juice. There we go. Now we're going to give this a nice little stirry. That's a word. Time to give it a try. Salute. Oh, that's just awesome. The vodka burn has been replaced by the ginger burn. Oh, it's so good and refreshing. Oh, I love it. I love it. So if you try this drink, or if you tried that amazing focaccia, let us know. Thank you so much for watching. Keep sending me your suggestions. Love hearing from you guys. All right, we'll see you soon. Love you.